Hey, what's up you guys? It's me, True Brilliance, back with a video. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing some more goddess talk. You guys have been asking me to talk about different goddess archetypes that you guys can relate to and, talk more about my goddess journey, my goddess initiations, and all of those things on my channel and just give you guys my perspective on the goddess archetypes. Now, this is my perspective, okay? And this is my experience. So please don't try to, whatever your experience is of the goddess, that's your experience. I am recounting my experience and what I know after 15 years of studying the goddess and all of the goddess manifestations and goddess archetypes. I have deeply, deeply, deeply studied this subject. Not to say that I know everything about this subject, but I am somebody that is very well studied on it, okay? And so I'm just going to give it to you guys from my perspective. So today we're going to talk about Kali Ma, okay? And Kali Ma is a very important goddess to me. She is called the Black One. She is known as a black goddess, okay? And Kali is a Hindu goddess. So I know I do have a lot of people from India that do watch my channel, and they comment about Kali all the time down below in the comments. So I do appreciate you guys. I do understand, that this is a part of your culture for the Hindu culture. So I do understand that it's part of your guys' culture, and I definitely do appreciate your guys' outlook and commentary on this as well. Okay, but for Kali Ma, as an archetype, this is a goddess that is very important to me just for the simple fact that she is a black goddess, or considered a dark goddess, because those goddesses are very near and dear to me because I feel like I have lived the experience of what that is like to be a black goddess. And I'm not saying because of the color of my skin. I'm just saying from dealing with the unconscious mind, as Kali is a goddess who is also a master of the unconscious. And what is the unconscious? You guys always hear me talk about the unconscious mind. Well, the unconscious mind is all of the things that are not openly known, right? To be conscious is the thing that everybody knows about. To be the unconscious is the unknown. It's the things that are hidden from human consciousness, the things that are harder to figure out, the things that are harder to find, the things that are scary because they're unknown. Okay, so that's a lot of what I want to kind of talk about as dealing with dark goddesses. The reasons why they're dark is because they are a mystery. They are unknown to human consciousness, so it is very hard for you to decipher their energy. It's very hard for you to know their energy because their energy is a hidden energy, okay? This is kind of the whole point of the divine feminine. It's like this mysterious thing. It's dealing with the mysteries of life, the deepest mysteries of life, which in turn has to deal with the womb, where the source of life comes from and things of that nature. And so Kali represents a lot of this mystery, okay? But Kali is a death goddess. She would be considered a death goddess. She also gives life as well. She's a transformative goddess, so transforming you from death into life and into death and into life and over and over and over again. So she's life-giving and she's death-dealing goddess. When I think about Kali, she really reminds me of the planet Saturn and the sign of Capricorn, because Kali is a goddess of endings, okay, and she is known to cut things off, okay, to cut the thread of life, okay, and to cut things off or to kill the ego is to kill off a false sense of self, to kill off any falsity that may be in a person. But see, people fear this so much because they don't want to lose the fake part of themselves that was never real to begin with. So I don't understand how Kali is so evil when, they make her out to be a demon and all of these things, when all she's doing is killing what's fake within you. Kali will never ever kill off what's real within you. She will never kill off your spirit. She will never kill off your soul. After she kills off the fake parts of you, the only thing that's left is your soul. Okay, and that is the whole point of Kali. But this is why she is so feared by people, because people don't want to lose their false sense of self. And this is why she's so scary. That's what people don't want you to know. They don't want you to know the truth of why she's feared. She's feared because she's not with that fake shit. Okay, so when we're dealing with Kali as an archetype, we would be dealing with a woman that is like that, a woman who is not fake in any way, shape, or form, a woman that is very real. You know, she's not the type that is going to kiki with you and you know, be all bubbly with you. She's not one of those types of goddesses. She's definitely a serious goddess, and she's the type of goddess that sees through to the depths of people. She sees through to the depths of people's souls, and this is why people fear her, because they know that she can see the truth. Like, have you guys ever been around those women who are just kind of quiet, but they're serious, and they may have like that stone look on their face, and you get very unnerving when you're in her presence because you don't know what she's thinking, or you feel like she has like laser vision and she could see right through you, and you try to get her to crack a smile, but she doesn't even crack a smile. She's just sitting there like, what do you want, or what are you here for? And how scary that is. My grandmother has a very strong Kali energy about her. And, you know, I grew up, you know, going to see her every summer. And I remember I was terrified of my grandmother as a child. My grandmother has a very strong Kali archetype. And my grandmother, she's a Scorpio sun. This is my paternal grandmother. And she's like the strongest woman that I know. And I was so scared of her, like when I was little. Like, I was terrified of her just because she had like such a strong presence. And it's like anything that I did, she would call out, you know? So anything that I did, if I was being dishonest, or if I was trying to say something just to please her, or trying to say something that I just thought that she wanted to hear, she would cut me off right then and there. She would like cut that shit short, and she would like stab me in the heart. Like, basically, you know, she would shut me down. Like, she would kill my ego. She would kill the false part of myself, you know, and she would call out exactly what I was doing. You know, if I was being fake, she would call out that I was being fake. And it just made me feel even more scared of her, because I'm like, oh my gosh, she knows everything that I'm doing. Like, I can't fake around her. I can't pretend around her. Like, she knows it, you know? And so the Kali archetype is forcing you to be real with yourself. This is why Kali doesn't like any of that fake shit. And this is why a Kali archetype gets called a bitch so much in our society, because Kali is actually helping you. Like, she's helping you to become more real, and letting you know that you don't have to put on a front around me. Like, if you be yourself, then I won't bother you. If you be yourself, then I'm not going to call you out and make you look stupid. But the only reason why I'm making you look stupid is because you're not being authentic. And that's what a lot of people don't understand about black goddesses. They think that they're just mean. And it's like, no, they're acting like that toward you because they can see the fakeness in you. And they can see that you're trying to be something that you're really not. And that pisses off a Kali archetype. Nothing pisses them off more than somebody trying to be something that they're not. And a Kali archetype person will send you home crying. She'll make you cry. Like, I remember I cried. My grandmother made me cry several times, you know, but I had so much respect for her, like so much respect for her. And everybody in my family has so much respect around her. Like, everybody knows not to act a certain way around her, you know, because she will say it in front of everybody and she will embarrass you. Okay, but in that, there is a lesson that is learned. Just like, and the lesson that's learned is to be more real. And I think that's where a lot of my strength came from as a woman, because I had to grow through that, and I had to, you know, learn the hard way to be more real with myself, and in turn be more real with other people. And I think that that's so powerful. And I'm very thankful that my grandmother was hard with me like that, because she taught me indirectly to be a more real woman. I really attribute a lot of my strength to her, but she's someone that's definitely represents Kali to me. Now, as far as myself, I definitely embody the Kali archetype. Definitely, probably like 1 week out of the month, like around my menstrual cycle. So when my menstrual cycle comes around, I'm definitely like a cutting off energy. Like, don't bother me. I don't want to be bothered. Leave me alone. Like, it's a very restrictive type of energy, and I would definitely say Kali's energy is very restrictive, in a sense that, if you're going to come to me, make sure that it's for something of substance. Make sure it's of substance, because I don't have time to play games. I don't have time for bullshit. I don't have time for anything petty. Okay, so I definitely do. There's a lot of times when I have to embody Kali, for sure. Another thing that Kali is about is castration. So she's about the castrating of the penis, okay? And so what castration means for you guys that may not be that well versed in it, castration, cutting off the penis, is cutting off masculine energy. So if you castrate a man, it's not really cutting his penis off, but it's like cutting off his manhood, like making him feel like a little boy instead of a man, okay? And that's another attribute of Kali as well, is to castrate a man. And you guys also know this type of archetype in women, that a woman that can shut a man down and make him feel like a little boy in her presence, or make him feel like he's not enough to handle her. Like, she can, boy, please, your little ass couldn't do nothing with me. You know what I mean? Like, how women talk. And like, boy, please, your little ass couldn't do nothing with me. I will turn your ass out, like, or I'll do this, or I'll do that, making them feel like they're less than. And this is also something that's not done. I don't think it's done in like an evil way. I think that it's more so done in, if there is an overabundance of ego in that man. Okay, so this is another form of killing the ego. If there's an sense of overconfidence in a man, a Kali woman will bring that shit down real quick. Like, she'll bring you back down to size. Okay, because also a Kali woman, like, I think of her as like a rock, or like a core. Like, she's really firm and she's really solid. It's like nothing can break her, nothing can shake her, nothing can, you can't make her feel less than, because she is just a solid ass woman. You know what I mean? Like, throwing rocks at her is like throwing rocks at a brick wall. Like, you can't. It's just impossible. Like, there ain't none of that. And a lot of it has to deal with the fact that she can really see right through you. So your normal claims and aims and how you would usually come down on another person is not going to work on a Kali archetype. And most of the time, you're not even going to try it with a Kali archetype, because you're going to be so afraid or intimidated by her. Because a Kali archetype woman causes a lot of intimidation. Because the Kali archetype woman is not, this is the main thing that makes her impenetrable. She's not swayed by compliments and by charm. A Kali archetype woman is not persuaded by charm. And this is another reason why men find her so intimidating, because if you come around a Kali woman giving her a compliment and telling her how pretty her hair is, how she looks, she's just going to look at you up and down like this, like, and like, what you here for? You know what I mean? Like, she's just like, okay, like, don't be trying to use your flattery on me. A Kali archetype woman does not like flattery. Like, she sees through, she looks at it as being fake. She does not like that. Because the Kali woman also represents an older woman. This is a wise woman, a woman with a lot of wisdom. And a woman that has lived many years. She's seen it all. You know what I mean? So it's like, boy, you gonna try to come to me with that weak game? Like, you better go on somewhere. You know what I mean? That's the Kali archetype. She's just like, boy, Boy, get out of here. Like, she don't want to hear it. If you're going to step to a Kali archetype, you better step with a business plan in hand. You better step with cash in hand. You not only cash in hand, but a cash in hand with a plan, a 10-year plan, what you're going to do, A to Z, written out, signed and stamped and ready to go, honey, in an envelope, delivered to her, by the damn mailman, okay, to sign for. Because if it's not, you're just going to get ran off. Like, a Kali archetype woman is not easy to win over at all. But a Kali archetype woman is also a woman of substance. She has a lot of substance. And this is why the Kali archetype, if we're going to talk about zodiac signs, she really reminds me of a Capricorn woman. Capricorn woman to me is a Kali archetype for sure. She's definitely the strong silent type. Strong silent type is what I would call Kali. And she does have that fierce and ferociousness about herself. But she's not, I don't look at Kali as being just like, I guess she's a destroyer goddess, yes, but I don't look at her as being destructive, like tearing up everything in sight type of shit. Like, I look at a fire goddess, I look at that as being like a Sekhmet or something like that, which I'm going to do a video about Sekhmet. I'm going to start talking about the Egyptian goddesses. I know you guys want me to talk about Isis, which I'm going to talk about her, but that's like, I really got to get my shit together to talk about her. So yeah, I'm going to do Sekhmet and a bunch of other goddesses. But when we get to Sekhmet, we'll get to that more ferocious warrior type energy. Kali is, I know they portray her like that, but when I channel her energy, she's not like that. Like, she's someone that preserves her energy. Like, she cuts things off and she sets boundaries, but it's more of like an authoritative shooting things down type of energy. It's more of an authoritative energy. It's not like a wild, just out here wilding out on everybody. That would honestly be more of like a Durga energy. I feel like Durga is more of like a wild out on you, warrior type, like go ham on you type energy. Kali is more calm. Kali is more calm. Kali is more subtle. You know what I mean? But people know not to fuck with her. Like, Kali don't even have to say anything. It's her demeanor about her that's just like, don't step to me. You know what I mean? You already know better type of energy. You just already know. You don't even need to see her do nothing. Okay? You already know what she's capable of. And so, most importantly, Kali teaches us wisdom. She teaches us wisdom and she teaches us truth. And she teaches us to not be afraid to look within, not be afraid to face our inner darkness, not be afraid to face our inner demons, because she teaches us that we are stronger than our inner demons, and to not live in fear. That is definitely something that Kali teaches me. Do not live in fear. Like, be real with yourself. Like, that's just what I keep hearing right now. Like, be real with yourself and you won't have a problem out of me. It's like something she would say. If you're being unreal with yourself, if you're being inauthentic, then you got a problem with me. Okay, that's what Kali would say. Then I'm going to be all those things that you fear me to be. But if you are real with yourself, you will never have a problem with me. She will be the most loving person. And then that's another thing too about the Kali archetype is Kali, like as a mother and as a loved one, she is one of the most protective and loving goddesses. As long as you keep it real with her, if you keep it real with her, and when I mean keep it real with her, if you keep it real with yourself around her, she is one of the most protective and loving goddesses ever. She will stick up for you to the end. And this just reminds me of my grandmother too. It's like my grandmother is like ride or die for her loved ones over anything. You know what I mean? And I really know that about her too. But yeah, that's just my little tidbit about Kali. I'll probably do more videos. I'll talk about her myth and stuff like that in another video, but I just kind of wanted to give you guys a different viewpoint on the energy and the archetype, and maybe so you guys can identify some women in your life that you know to be the Kali archetype, and you guys can maybe understand them a little bit more instead of looking at them as being a bitch or looking at them as being, whatever, bad or negative. See it from a different perspective. Okay, so anyways, I love you guys, and we'll have more goddess talk